A very good afternoon to you. Thanks for choosing Newzroom Afrika. Let's start off your sports bulletin with football news, where Bafana are on their way to the Ivory Coast for the Africa Cup of Nations tournament, which gets underway on Saturday. A lot of pressure has fallen on the current generation to earn glory for South Africa, as did the class of 1996 that lifted the first and only continental trophy for the country. Part of that winning class was Mark Williams. Sports reporter Vuyo Macoba has more.
All the work that Bafana coach Hugo Broos has put in with his charges in the build-up to the Africa Cup of Nations comes down to this. The team now is en route to the Ivory Coast to begin their continental campaign. They are placed in Group E with Mali, Namibia and Tunisia, and of course begin their campaign next Tuesday. Now, South Africa's success dates as far back as to 1996, and the person that knows better about that moment, having been part of the class of 1996, and of course even scored in the final of the matches, is Mark Williams. He joins me now. Mark, appreciate your time on Newzroom Afrika. A send-off breakers was done for the Bafana team, of course, as part of the well wishes for them as they go on this tough journey of AFCON in the Ivory Coast. Let's start about the beauty of today. I mean, seeing fans lined up outside, showing confidence to Bafana, which is something that we've seen little of in this build-up to this tournament.
I think it's very important sometimes, as a legend that played the game, that loved this game so much, that gave a lot to me back, to come and send them off to be part of it, to salute them and to say to them, go out there and showcase your talent, give us 100%, that's all we can ask. And if I think they can do that, they can go far into this AFCON Cup.
Looking at that group, I mean, it's not an easy group for anybody. You know, Bafana might not be touted to be one of the best teams out of that group. If you look at the initial setup of that team, how do you look at us progressing at least especially to the second round?
Yeah, look, for me, it's a must-win. Mali, it's always a difficult team to play against. We've been playing them a couple of times. But I think when I looked at this team this morning, I've seen a better experience there. I've seen a better youth. If the coach selects the right team, we beat Mali. That is 3 points. We get Namibia. We make sure that we beat Namibia by more than 2 or 3 goals. That puts us into the next round. It's easy to say it, but that puts us into the next round. By the time we get to Tunisia, the coach can then take the other 11 players, you know, and let them play. And then he's got the idea of saying who is hunger to play against the team that we get in the next round.
Are you sensing confidence from the players in how you've read them this morning, and of course even in the build-up to this tournament?
Yeah, look, I think this morning gave me a little bit more sort of a peak. You know, when you see players live, you know, then it puts a bit of feeling into it as an ex-player. And I think with the experience that I saw and the youth, I think that, you know, they can go to the next round.
Putting you on the spot, realistic chances for Bafana at this tournament?
Quarterfinals, yeah. I give them to the quarterfinals. They can prove me wrong, because, you know, when you're standing and you're looking at players and all you want to do, you see a bit of hunger there. Look, when the rugby guys won it 95, we won 96. The rugby guys won it 2003. Who knows, maybe they can surprise us and won it 2024. So, you know, I'm going to be with them all the way and supporting them, you know, from the heart, because I'm part of a South African, I'm proud South Africa. So I'm going to support them to go all the way, but I'm giving them to the quarterfinals.
Thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate your time. Waiting for that dance on social media that you did for the Springboks. We need it for Bafana when it comes to the quarterfinals. Mark Williams, legend of the game, and of course was part of that 1996 class Bafana that won the Africa Cup of Nations. He's putting Bafana to go all the way at least to the quarterfinals, but he's also saying that he's hoping the team can take a leaf out of Springboks' triumph at the World Cup, as they did with the 1995 World Cup team that won in South Africa. They went on to win the AFCON. He's hoping that the Siya Kolisi, they can take a leaf out of the Siya Kolisi class going into this Africa Cup of Nations. South Africa's campaign begins on Tuesday with Mali. And for Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I'm Vuyo Macoba in Johannesburg.